Hey guys, what's up? I've not gone through all the plays from this past week's game from Packers Lions, but this was one that popped out to me right away. Second offensive snap of the game for the Packers, and I kind of want to walk through it a little bit. So this is going to be a sack, Jordan Love, there-ish or something. Take a look at what they're running here. Actually, let me throw up the overlay. 13 and a half in the first, 2nd and 9 after that Rudy Ford interception. Sack of 9. They got 11 personnel. They're going spread empty with Musgrave as the number 3 and Trips as the tight end, and Jones as the ISO outside on the left running vertical route. So he kind of looks around. Love kind of looks around. We'll look at it from the back, just kind of set our bearings a little bit. Love looks around, looks like he's set, looking at a couple different things. This is what we're going to focus on. He kind of makes a check at the line here, 2 checks at the line, 1 to each side, and we'll look at this more as we get to the wide again. Looks like he's looking, set, looking, working over. Things aren't there, and boom, he goes down. All right. So what are we looking at? What happened? Let's skip back to the beginning here. So again, I don't know exactly what the checks mean. Again, we got spread. What they're going to end up running. So you have the 5 linemen there. You've got this 4-man line, couple linebackers, and then you kind of man to man on the outside. I don't know exactly what they're running, but they got single high, looks like man, and you've got a linebacker on Musgrave. So that's what one of the checks looks to be. So what they're running after the checks, we'll talk about the checks here in a second. Got a vertical route from Jones, got a little kind of breakdown slant from Dobbs, got a vertical route from a little seam route from Musgrave there. You've got Reed on this little quick out stick, and Watson on the vertical route. Now, if I were to guess, this is where some of the breakdown occurs. I think the hand signals, and this is kind of what I focused on when I first watched it, was we're going to watch Reed. So you're going to see Love. He's going to kind of come up to the line. He sees something. He's checking protection here a little bit. He's got this little arm signal. See that? He does a little thing with his arm. Musgrave passes that down the line. He shows it to Reed. Now we're going to watch Reed. Palms up. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. I'm going to run this. I'm going to run my original out. And it's not there. Love does not throw it. Now, again, a lot of this is going to be conjecture. Best guess on some of this, I would guess what Love is checking to. I'm not sure about this side. Again, he kind of does this breakdown slant over here. I would guess what he's doing. He's trying to influence this linebacker here. So whatever the original, I would guess over here, the original would be this kind of 2-man stick look over here, because they run that a bunch, and that's what Reed ends up running. Reed does not know the check. He does the little palms up thing. My guess would be like, I'm not sure what that is. I'm running what the original route was. So he's going to run that little quick out. You've got Christian Watson up over there. Again, the linebacker in the middle is, I think, who we are kind of looking at. So whatever it was over here, maybe it was a 1-man stick over here, and then they check to a little breakdown slant from him. And then if you say, okay, if he comes over on that, I want answers on the other side. So the check to this side is then Musgrave run that little seam route. And then again, best guess, little follow route behind it. Because this way, you've got this man straight up over Reed. You've got a linebacker on Musgrave. So now you're saying, okay, if the slant is an opener, and Love's going to look over here first, and we'll talk about that, because I don't know exactly why he didn't throw this, but he's going to look over here first. He checks. It looks like he's looking alert, so he's looking vertical as the 1. Then he comes to 2. Then he comes to 3. And by the time he works his way over to 4, now again, he's already gone through 3 progressions, but taking it to 4, it looks like he's looking for Reed on the follow, and he's not there. And then the pressure hits, and he takes a sack. So, what it looks like, and again, why this makes sense to me in terms of what this check would be, if you've got this vertical and you're checking this little like breakdown slant here, if the linebacker moves over, you've got room to work this side, because now you've got Musgrave on the linebacker right there, Musgrave on the linebacker. And then if he drags the linebacker with him up the field, then you've got Reed getting inside position, cutting inside here. So now as a quarterback, your vision's going blah, blah. You're able to work over. You've got the alert, and then everything else works over this way. You got slant, you've got that, and you work down to that. That's very messy. Let's clear that out. So that'd be my guess as far as what he's looking at. And then if the linebacker, since we're running, we'll just look at the in-breaking routes here. I'll break down slant. If the linebacker stays in place or cuts over this way, that means you got the slant. So again, you're kind of attacking the middle of the field. You want your guys to win inside. And to me, that seems like that makes the most sense on this. Now, We will watch what happens. He's going to look to Jones on this alert. That's a quick read. You're looking at that and saying, if he wins off the line, if I like my matchup immediately, I'm going to throw this. If not, I'm not going to. It's not there. So he hits the back of his drop. Good footwork. Looks here. This is one and we'll look at it from the backside angle as well. I'm not sure why he doesn't fire this one. This seems like, okay, linebacker's held in place. We talked about the linebacker a bunch, so we don't need to relitigate that. Linebacker's held in place. You got the slant appears to be open, and it looks like a throwing lane. We'll look at this from the other angle as well. I don't know why he doesn't rip this, because you've got exactly what you want now. He does not. Maybe he's expecting to see something that isn't there. Maybe he doesn't like the way, and we'll rewind it a bit. Maybe he doesn't like the way that guy's kind of breaking down. Maybe he thinks if I throw this, this is getting broken up, this is getting intercepted. I don't know, but we'll look at, I mean, he creates separation, and he's out, like right there. Okay, bang, 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 feet. And we know what happens after that. He's got him. That seems like just lead it. We'll look at that. So that seems like just fire that ball. Fire that ball. He does not. He works back over to Musgrave, who you now have linebacker on his back, safety in the middle, and I think it's Anzalone. I might be wrong on that. Held in space, so he's sitting there. Okay, Musgrave isn't here. He's then going to work to fourth option, and he's not really open anyway, but we're just going to cross out Christian Watson because that's the alert stuff. That'd be like the vertical on either side. That's the first read, and so since he starts at the left, Watson's not really there. But still, he's worked 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, but I believe he expects Reed to be here. Instead of this outbreaking route, that little hand signal, I think he's supposed to be here. Exactly. Or I think that's what Love's expecting. He breaks down. He's looking. He's not there. By that point, pressure has come in. Sack is done. A loss of 9 on the play. I think they get 9 of those back on the next play, and they kick a field goal. I was feeling pretty good at this point. That good feeling would not last. I could have come away with a touchdown. Still like a field goal. There's the hand signal there. I'll watch him as he works through this. We know, okay, he's looking at Jones. We know this from the other angle. He's looking at Jones over here. He doesn't like it, so he's going to hit the top of that drop. Bang, right there. We do not see Dobbs yet. Anzalone's held in space. We've got a nice, clean throwing window there away from Anzalone on the slant. We can see Dobbs in the picture. Now, I mean, at this point, he's already kind of moving on, but we know how this looked before Dobbs was in the picture. Anzalone's in space. There's room to fit that. You don't even see the defender. We know he's kind of trying to fire down on that a little bit, but there's room on that. So I'm not exactly sure why he didn't fire that. Works to Musgrave, at which point now we got the linebacker there. Again, on Musgrave's back. Not in an illegal way. That's just where he is. So you don't have Musgrave, so that's not there. Move over. He's now looking to throw. Reed's not there on that in-breaking route. And again, you can see this, and this is, a lot of this is, we're looking at this after the fact. Totally understand all that. If this is an in-breaking route instead of the out-breaking route, you can see how that then is working with everything else. How if you're influencing him over here, you're clearing space. Since he's dropping back up over here, you can work back over here. There's space that is created there. Excuse me, my voice still isn't back from being at that Saints game. And so, again, I don't know if Reed ran the wrong route here, but to me, that alert, that's kind of what that looks like, is that he's supposed to get in. It seems like it works well with the flow of the concept. By the time then everything starts breaking down, Reed's not where I thought he was, or maybe he is where I thought he was in the out route and he's not open. I can't throw this. I'm going to try to work back. Now I got to create. By this point, Hutchinson is right in his face, and we'll watch Hutchinson there. Has this wide 9 look. Sell that outside, bend back in. So he sells the outside shoulder. You get the crasher here. He stunts back inside. Running goes to pick him up. Hutchinson, I mean, strong dude, good motor, just takes him down. So, again, not entirely sure exactly what happened there. Not entirely sure why he didn't throw the slant, but to me, that looks like he's looking for Reed on that in-breaker there, and that's one of those hand signals. Is kind of like working back across the face of the quarterback there. So, a couple things going on. This felt somewhat indicative of the game in terms of offense a little disjointed. Got questions about kind of what happened, what didn't happen, and then ultimately they just end up getting overpowered, and things go south. So, and I hope you enjoyed this slightly longer walkthrough than I had anticipated going through this, but I saw those palms up on Reed, and I was like, I bet there's something interesting here, so I kind of want to walk through it a couple of minutes. So I appreciate you all listening to me ramble. I'll talk to you later this week.